2016, I remember just really struggling that the Lord was going to do a major shift. So I really did start praying, and I just kept hearing the word move. I didn't know, if that move meant, am I supposed to move houses? Am I supposed to move careers? But through really praying and relying on the Lord to discern what that looked like, the Lord had us move churches. And that was really difficult for our family because Calvary was our home. And for almost 20 years, knowing that was the step that the Lord needed us to take to get us to Urban Reach has just been one of those steps in life that you just have to trust in that. With Calvary, we had gone to Street Reach many times, and Savannah in particular, she and I prayed a lot about wanting to do something like this in the city. And the Lord was very clear that this is the move I'm asking you to make. I'm asking you to go back home and do this at home. So the prayers continued because we had no idea where to do that at. And the Lord just landed us where we were supposed to be. And if you're from St. Louis, you probably know it as Cochran. And people make faces when you talk about Cochran just because it's notorious. It's an area people don't want to go to. We were told by a grandmother, she took me off to the side the second time I was down there, and she put her hands on my face and looked at me and she said, a lot of people come, but nobody stays. And from that point on, we said we are committed. We know the Lord put us here. We would never have found a big open field in the middle of government housing to do ministry. But the darkness has to flee and light has to come in. With a small group of 5 or 6 people going into one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in St. Louis, it took a lot of trust, but it was very concrete that that's what we were supposed to do. When I think of rebuilding, I think of healing. There's a lot of gang members that we talk to and stuff, and we share the gospel with them, just like we share it with the grandmother and we share it with the little kids at Bible Club. And I think that takes relationships, and I think that takes consistency. And it's just having conversations, being bold. We go from Acts 18, 9 through 10, where, Paul was told, don't be afraid, be bold in your speech, do not be silent, because I have people in the city, and he does have people in the city. People want to see their city as something they can be proud of, and you have to get in there and do work for that to happen. We do everything on a big open grassy field in the square of Columbus Square. There was a vacant building in the community, and we started praying for it probably a year into our ministry there. Make side comments of, what if the Lord would give us a building? Can you imagine what we could do with that building? And that took us from those just kind of comments, through conversation to designated prayer. And that building has been prayed over by probably 400 people. But when the building became a reality, because it was a really difficult transaction to take place to, there was a lot of different parties, and we had to come up with 5 figures to do the back taxes. That all happened within 2 weeks. And that's the power of prayer. This is God's house. It is the community's house. And I even would love to have on the outside of the building that says, from a worship song, in my Father's house, there's a place for me. Just to know that they're part of family. There's a lot of brokenness when it comes to that in that area in particular. And I think it's really hard to see that God sees you and hears you when you're constantly being pushed down. And I really want that to literally be on the building so people drive by it and say, I'm invited here. This is where I can go. This is part of my community, and this is where I can be safe. And I can be a kid, and I can play, and I can heal.